when growing up and being beaten and having a violent dad becomes the norm and it doesn't affect you anymore, you get to that place where it becomes our strength. You begin to say within yourself, try and break me. Every time you beat me, I will not flinch, I will not cry. Try and break me. And you become proud of the fact that you can take whatever is dished up. You can take it, you can be strong.
What was dished up?
My dad's a very angry man.
That man, Connie's father, is Clem Rudi, now convicted over beating his own children, 2 representative charges of assault with a weapon.
It wouldn't take much just to set him off. He could just be tired and come home from work, he's tired, he gets annoyed, so he'll throw something at you or kick you. If he gets really worked up, he'll grab anything that's around and lay into you with it and beat you, you know. His belt, a coat hanger, one of his tools from his work bag, anything.
We've met Connie Ready before. We were investigating the awful case of the death of her little sister, Ready, who died in Gloriavale in 2015, choking on a piece of meat while in an isolation room on which the door handles had been disabled. She was 14 years old. Was the youngest of 13 children of Clem and Sharon Rudi. Priya's death and what followed, what Connie alleges was a cover-up by the Gloriavale leaders, led to her decision to run away late in 2016, and then deciding to go to the police to lay a complaint against her father.
My oldest brother always used to say to us, "What are you 3 younger ones going on about? Got less beatings than all your beatings put together. Don't even mount up there to the amount I got." And so you joke about it and it becomes a nothing because everyone gets it, everyone grew up the same way, everyone was beaten.
It's normalised.
No, it's not right.
What did he do to your sister Priya, who had Down syndrome? What did you see?
What did I see and why did I do nothing?
Because it was normalised.
No. The most memorable times for me were watching her be beaten. And I suppose they stood out so much because they were in such a public place. And I didn't feel like I could do anything because everyone else was there. And that pressure to conform and for it to just, because it was so normalised. See my baby sister dragged out from the meal table where everybody is to the room next door and I can hear her screaming. And I'm just sitting there.
She's is about as defenceless as it gets, right?
You can toughen yourself, you can build walls around yourself to protect you from the hurt. But every single one of them break down when you watch someone as defenceless as her and you can't do anything about that.
Do you know how many beatings she would have had at the hands of your father?
Countless. Just because that's how we were all raised. That's what we all went through.
Clem Rudi pleaded guilty to the charges last year and now his name suppression has been lifted. Connie Ready is satisfied with his convictions, but firm that the problem belongs to more than just one man. If your father could beat his children so publicly within the community, did the leaders know?
Yes. Their whole system of the male dominance and the female subservience is built around the violence. That if you don't do what we say, we will beat you. Men are taught that this is the way to run a family, to be the father of your home. If your wife won't listen to what you say, you beat her. If your children don't do what you tell them, you beat them. They have created this whole... I don't want to take away from anything that my father did, because you still have a mind and you still have a conscience and you can still say no at any point. But the system has been created within there by the leaders, they need to be held responsible for that as well. They have allowed, encouraged, taught that this is how things should happen.
The extent of the beatings is horrifying. The court heard Clem Rudi assaulted both Priya and Connie using various weapons, over 12 years for Connie and over 9 years for Priya.
In terms of the beatings that your father dished out, do you have a number in your mind? Do you have a memory of how many times they would have happened to you?
Because it becomes so normalised, you sort of just, you don't count. The only thing you ever count as you get older is how many times, when you are beaten, how many times you get hit. Because you use it as like, next time, well, I took this many that time, and I'll count down when I'm getting beaten the next time, and if I see if I can go over the number and still be just as strong.
What numbers are we talking about?
So definitely getting up around 15 to 20 times you're being hit full force with whatever it is. The rage of an angry man does take a while to calm down.
One of your brothers told me that he had enough on your father that he could have put him in prison for the beatings on him, but for whatever reason he didn't go to the police. You have had the courage to do that. What do you want to see happen to your father?
Definitely accountability, and really as a statement towards Gloriavale. I know that they will try and isolate this and make this all about my dad and this one individual within our community who acts like this. But really it's about the wider picture, being able to use what happened to me to stop it happening to anybody else. Being able to have Gloriavale accountable for what they do, not just sweep it under the mat anymore.
There is, though, one aspect for Connie that makes her father's conviction bittersweet, that her mother is still inside Gloriavale, still subject to the leader's commands. But it's partly for Sharon that Connie did what she did, made her father accountable for his actions, for what he put her and her siblings through.